How's it going, everybody? MyCupOfTea here, back to a reaction video, and we're here to watch some more Pokemon videos! Yay, yay. Now, before we delve into some more Pokemon-related stuff, there's one other Pokemon type I kind of want to understand what it is, and that is, what is a mythical Pokemon? Now, earlier I had watched a video on what is a Pseudo Legendary Pokemon, and now I know that. Yay. But recently I was talking with my friends, and they were like, hey, you should look up what a mythical Pokemon is. I'm like, interesting, because I know I watched a video on, like, how strong, canonically strong mythical Pokemons are, but I don't think I really know what a mythical Pokemon is, or if I do, I kind of forgot if that video told me. So here we are with Loxton Noggin, and he's gonna tell me what that is, so let's get into this.
This video is sponsored by Brilliant.
Brilliant!
Even though it's been a term for longer than many of you have lived, people even within the Pokemon fandom are a bit confused about what being
it's not
a
just me.
mythical
Alright, cool.
Pokemon entails.
Real quick.
Someone will ask, hey, what's your favorite legendary Pokemon? And the other will respond, oh, it's Zarude. Because there's some kind of weirdo who likes Zarude. Oh, Zarude doesn't count. It's not a legendary. It's a mythical. Your brain is mythical. Look, all I'm saying is the TMNT should be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoises because of their flat feet and land-dwelling nature.
I like that. Tortoise, Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoises, Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoises, Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoises, Tortoises and a half. No, I can't. See, nope, you can't do the ring, you can't do the jingle right, the theme, you can't do it right. I gotta use all my brain power just to say tortoises, See, look at it.
They should be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoises because of their flat feet and land-dwelling nature. That's the difference between turtles and tortoises after all. Yes, but tortoises are a smaller specific group within turtles, so the TMNT are still in fact turtles. All tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises.
Your brain is a stinking tortoise.
To the layman, it's the same deal with mythical Pokemon. Mythical Pokemon are a smaller group within legendary Pokemon.
Okay.
Look, let's make a Venn diagram.
Please,
you got your mythical Pokemon.
Okay.
Bam. You got your box legendaries. Bam.
Right.
They don't touch, besides Arceus now, I guess. You've got Arcanine, which I don't understand. It'll be labeled not legendary, which includes all this pseudo.
We watched the video on that. Arcanine was not on there, but we watched the video on that. Yeah, Pseudo Legendaries. They have 600 base stats, 3 evolution phases, I think. Something else I'm missing. I think that was the main part, basically 600 health, or 600 stats in the gaming aspect. Whatever, let's go.
Legendaries, but Arcanine is still separate from them. And then you can add in all the rest of the legendary Pokemon, and that circle completely encapsulates the others we've talked about besides the Pseudos and Arcanine.
Okay.
Look, I don't know why they called you a legendary that one time, but get over it. At least to me, and perhaps to the common man, once you leave the immediate Pokemon fandom, legendary Pokemon encapsulates pretty much all mythicals too. And I mean, at that point, why even specify a difference? I remember back in the times of Gen 4 and 5, loads of people were complaining about just how Pokemon suddenly had way too many legendary Pokemon.
Time out. Darkrai is definitely a legendary, right? I'm pretty sure that's a legendary, well, that's why you're watching this video.
What? No, Shaman, Manaphy, Phione, Darkrai, and Arceus, and Meloetta, and Victini, and Genesect are all mythical Pokemon. That's completely different. Shows what you know, stupid. Oh, Phione isn't considered mythical by all. Wait, what? But it's like the baby of Manaphy. Why wouldn't it be? Well, it's not in the Gen 5 art that was released to celebrate all of the mythical Pokemon at the time.
Oh, you just got... Hold on. Plane flying. Hold on. Okay, it's gone. My fault. Yeah, you just got crossed out the box. The art, whatever.
But it's like directly linked to one. Yeah, like how Darkrai is the other half of the lunar duo, but Cresselia is legendary.
What? Part of a duo? Hold on, Darkrai, that thing right? That thing right there is part of a duo? I don't think I ever saw Cresselia in my life until today.
Yeah, like how Darkrai is the other half of the lunar duo, but Cresselia is legendary. Oh, I'm beginning to see why this distinction is silly. Actually, not quite. In fact, I think the lunar duo do a good job explaining the difference. So in the universe, plenty of folks know about the legend of Cresselia, but they were blindsided by the existence of Darkrai. There may have been whispers about its existence, but far fewer people believed in Darkrai Darkrai than in Cresselia. Out of lore, there's a reason too. You can catch Cresselia in Diamond and Pearl by default, but you had to wait for a real-world event to distribute Darkrai. That's a major defining difference. According to the now archived Japanese Pokemon website in 2014, mythical Pokemon are, quote, a special Pokemon that cannot be obtained through normal play.
Okay. Really, it's just Pokemon that you might have to have glitched in order to get it? Or maybe like a certain, like Darkrai, gotta get it like a certain day, a specific day? No, but that's still, wouldn't that count though? Hold on.
Pokemon are...
Okay, special Pokemon that cannot be attained through normal play. So does Darkrai count? Because that's kind of still normal play. It's still in the game. You have to wait till like a real world event or something like that. So does that still count?
Quote, a special Pokemon that cannot be obtained through normal play. Up until now, they have been presented in special ways, such as presents to visitors at movie theaters. The first mythical Pokemon given was...
Oh, okay. Well, okay, maybe it doesn't count then. Okay, so Mew is a mythical? I thought he was a legend. I thought it was a legendary this entire time.
Mew.
What?
Sometimes the events are simply, here's a code that gives you the Pokemon. But more often, the codes gave you an item like a boat ticket, and then the boat will take you to the mythical Pokemon in-game. By distributing Pokemon this way, far fewer people are able to get these Pokemon, making them the rarest of all. They are not just legends, but myths.
Oh, okay,
Sometimes
I understand.
in later generations, they'll make older mythicals catchable. See Deoxys.
Okay,
While researching this, I found some very passionate fans
we know what that means.
declaring that Deoxys is no longer mythical, and anyone who thinks so is dumb and stinky. Why the status change? Well, because you can just get Deoxys in the post-game Delta episode of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I suppose that would also explain Deoxys' absence from that mythical artwork, except no, that art came out before Oraz. But if you'd consider Deoxys legendary and not mythical because of that, you'd also have to do the same for Celebi, who's obtainable normally in the Virtual Console version of Pokemon Crystal, Magearna, who's just there in Ultra Sun and Moon, Arceus, Manaphy, Phione, Shaman, and Darkrai in Legends Arceus, and many more. So I don't think being available normally in later games should detract from their mythical status. And actually, I really don't think that should be a definer anymore at all, because Pecharunt is a mythical Pokemon.
What is that?
It's defined as such in the code, which they almost always have been, by the way. But fun fact, in Sun and Moon, Shiinotic
Oh god, that mushroom-looking Pokemon, that terrifying-looking thing.
was accidentally labeled as a mythical Pokemon. But yeah, Pecharunt was both introduced and is fully catchable in Scarlet and Violet's DLC normally. Sure, it's like the last Pokemon you'll catch while there's still plot, but it's just there. Anyone who finished the DLC will have one. So them being event-based as their definer no longer applies. But that said, I do think Pecharunt still does fit the in-universe explanation. Very few people in Kitakami were really truly aware of what Pecharunt was or is, or that it's just sleeping at this lady's shop. But all of them know about the Loyal 3 and Ogerpon. It's their village's local legend, thus them all being legendary while Pecharunt is mythical.
Okay, I think I might be understanding what the modern legendary versus mythical topic is, debate is. So if you are like more known, because mythicals are legendaries, but if you are more known of a Pokemon, you're a legendary. But if you're like, barely anyone know about you, like Darkrai or this one right here, Pecharunt, whatever, you're a mythical so far. That's what I'm getting at. So we can't, so before we were using like game logic, like, oh, if it's in a special event, like you only get this Pokemon from a special event, you're mythical. But then later on, there's some games that make sure those Pokemon are catchable, like Deoxys, Darkrai. I think Arceus is also catchable, and like the Legend of Arceus, is he catchable? I don't know. Is it catchable? I have no idea. So that's kind of weird to use. But if we use this way, maybe? I don't know. We gotta hear more.
Same logic I think could apply to Keldeo too. The legendary Swords of Justice trio are based on the Three Musketeers who, fun fact, actually have a fourth member. Not everybody knows that because they are called the Three Musketeers. That and the fourth joined much later, but that's Keldeo, the fourth of the three, the one few people know about. So it's mythical instead of legendary. And then you get Phione. Gosh! It comes from a special egg from the mythical Manaphy, but its status as a mythical or legendary is debated even in million official sources that contradict themselves. The official Heart Gold and Soul Silver strategy guide states that it is not legendary at all because it is obtainable through an egg. Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs doesn't give it the mythical classification, and when the Japanese Pokemon Daisuke Club mystery file did its piece on all mythical Pokemon, it emits Phione too. Pokemon Bank gives all mythical and special legendary Pokemon a special shiny background, but Phione doesn't get one, meaning it's not even a legendary according to it. In the Mystery Dungeon Explorer game, you can just find several Phione, but Phione also has special exclusive items just like the mythical and legendary Pokemon. And then in Super Mystery Dungeon, Hoopa only summons other legendary and mythical Pokemon, including Phione! It's also listed as one in the Pokemon 2011 style guide.
What is
but
it?
Then, Pokemon Home disallows the trade of mythical Pokemon, and trading Phione was possible at first, but then after an update it wasn't, so maybe, I guess they fixed it, but that just shows that even Pokemon's offices are confused about this.
I don't know what to believe in anymore.
I'd say it is mythical, but maybe a subcategory if we had to define it. A new circle in our Venn diagram. Pseudo-mythical? Perhaps simply not as special, but within the mythical circle?
Oh, don't do pseudo-mythical. If my brain can't keep up with this.
I can totally see that. I mean, there are tons of them. People know about them, and you can breed them to get more.
Well, yeah, people do know about them, so it can't really be mythical if people know about them. From what he's noggin is saying.
Totally see that. I mean, there are tons of them. People know about them, and you can breed them to get more. You can also breed Manaphy to get them, but you'll never get another Manaphy. Manaphy is a very rare, very special Phione. Perhaps it is the mythical Phione. Perhaps in a similar way to Diancie being a mythical variety of Carbink.
Fun fact time!
While the term mythical was adopted much later, the concept of them as super rare illusory monsters was in the original Capsule Monsters pitch document for the game. Satoshi Tajiri was thinking about them before he even had the funding to make the first Pokemon games. The document had no pictures of it, but it did have a code name, Green Dragon, with the idea being that it was extremely rare and would take hours to catch. It just sounds like shinies before the idea of shinies. But honestly, when it comes to this debate, if you can call it that, it's all just semantics. None of this really matters, and the discussion can quickly devolve from fun to contentious and annoying. So please be nice down there in the comments, especially when pointing out how even my in-universe definition of mythical doesn't work for Celebi. Like all the locals know about Celebi, there's literally a shrine in the forest for it. People go there to pay respects. Sounds like a legendary to me, which I guess it is also if you consider mythical a subcategory of legendary, like I do. What's not so mythical is all of the legendary brain building you'll get from today's sponsor, Brilliant. You know me, I'm smart, or at least I like to think so. But once you're done with school and you're working a job you're not fond of, well, if you don't use it, you lose it. I love brain exercises, which is why I love Brilliant's interactive lessons. It's much easier to learn by doing than just by listening, especially for me, and especially when dealing with advanced concepts like engineering, physics, calculus, and especially understanding how LLMs work. Like, I was a computer science major.
Hey, I'm learning about LLMs right now. That is language. I just wrote it down on my paper. That's for like AI stuff. It's not language learning model, is it? Crazy. But yeah, I'm sorry. That was a little bit nerding out. I was nerding out a little bit.
But LLMs, how? I feel so much better now actually knowing
I got code
how
in here
they work.
too?
No,
Oh, okay.
understanding how they work, as the lesson setup and interactivity make sure you understand it. They also feature lessons on logic, programming, applied science, and too many things to list really. Test preparedness too.
How much is the cost?
For students who want to up their
Is it a subscription?
It's
a subscription. It has to be subscription.
Right now they're offering everything they have for free for 30 days. Simply visit the link below, brilliant.org/Loxton, or scan this QR code on screen, where you'll also get 20%.
This was a month old though, so I don't know if this code still works, but hey, if you want to do some Brilliant, try it out for free, there you go, if this still works. Up subscription, I knew it.
% off of the annual premium subscription. That's essentially 2.4 months free. Yeah, I did the math. I use Brilliant.
So we kept the camera
was that in the video?
And you'll
Found my true love.
What is this?
iPhone 12 with 5G. Thanks.
iPhone. Man. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So from what I gathered from this video, I don't really know what the difference is between mythical and legendary. But a mythical is legendary if you want to believe in that, because some people might not believe in that. So it's still kind of weird for me. But I think I understand it, a little bit of it. So like Darkrai, Celebi, some people might think they're mythical, some will say legendaries. At the end of the day, they're legendaries. They're really rare and very strong Pokemon. Like for example, I thought Mew wasn't legendary. It is not. It is not. But Mewtwo has to be legendary because you can catch it. It's not locked behind a special event, and people know about Mewtwo. I think. Some people know about Mew as well. Hey, no. I can never do it. I can never stop it. But yeah, like I was trying to say, so I might need you guys in the comments to help me down below to understand like exactly what a mythical is, if there is an exact definition or a term. It might just be more of a like a, you know, a fandom concept type of thing, or like a fandom like, hey, this is what we think mythicals are. Like how for Psuedo Legendaries, that's what they do. Now I was playing Pokemon Emerald with my friend. I just thought they were all legendaries, like, you know, Darkrai, Celebi, Jirachi. I just thought they were all legendaries. But they can't be mythical apparently to some people. So I just don't know. I just don't know. So what I think mythicals are is they're just like a more rarer legendary Pokemon. Like they're more rare to find, more rare to see, more rare to capture. But maybe that's what a mythical is. They're just more rare. They're more rare. They're rarer Pokemon than legendaries. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Now, how will I know what that type of rare legendary Pokemon is? I don't know, but hey, that's what I'm gonna go with. So that means when Ash was fighting the one, only the legend, the myth, Tobias, he had a Darkrai that was a legendary because everyone knew, hey, that Darkrai, yeah, we can't mess with him. That Darkrai no one has beaten before. So Ash showed up with that Sceptile. Yeah, I think it was Sceptile that beat it in the anime. But then he was like, Tobias like, oh, okay, really good. Another legendary. I think he did. We're gonna end it right here. This was fun learning. I'm still a little confused on what the difference is, but maybe there's not like there's not like a definitive difference between mythical or what a mythical Pokemon is. But yeah, this is still fun. This is fun. So hope you enjoyed my reaction, and thank you for watching. MyCupOfTea's out of here. See you later. The world of Pokemon is confusing. Not even the official like websites can tell what a mythical Pokemon is, because they were over here saying, "Oh, this is a mythical Pokemon." Well, is it really? I don't think it is anymore. Let's scrap it. Let's make it a legendary. But should I be legendary now? I don't know anymore. If they don't know, then I don't know. And now we're all confused. Now we're all doing the Mr. Krabs meme, like, what's going on?